Farmers in Katsina State are raising alarm over the persistent imbalance between farm input costs and food prices, warning that the situation could trigger a long-term decline in agricultural production. Trust TV's Abdullahi Yamadi reports from Funtua Zone, a major agricultural hub in the state, home to key grain markets in Bakori, Funtua, and Dandume.
Farmers say the last season, a bag of maize sold for 55,000 to 60,000 naira, while fertilizer cost between 80 and 100,000 naira per bag. Today, a bag of maize fetches just 20 to 23,000 naira, while input costs have remained high. Stakeholders warn that if this imbalance continues, thousands of farmers may abandon farming altogether, which could reduce food production and spark hunger in the coming years. Beyond pricing issues, limited access to interest-free credit facilities is also hampering agricultural growth in northern Nigeria, prompting calls for urgent government intervention. At the moment, many farmers are selling their produce at a loss. In fact, the income doesn't even cover labor costs, let alone fertilizers and other inputs. We are not against falling prices, but there must be a balance between input costs and food prices. The gap between what farmers spend on production and the current prices of their produce is very wide. In simple terms, we are selling at a loss. The government must intervene immediately, or the future of agriculture in Nigeria is at risk. Farmers and other stakeholders accuse the federal government of facilitating the importation of food without corresponding checks on input prices. They describe the situation as a setback for agriculture in Katsina and the wider northern region, urging governors to prioritize the sector's development. This is the moment when government intervention is most needed. State and federal authorities should stock their silos with food items to prepare for rainy days. This would support small-scale farmers and help stabilize input prices, encouraging farming activities next season. Otherwise, only God knows what could happen next year. The reason our problem persists is clear. Last season and this season, companies that usually purchase our produce did not show up. We were told they imported produce from outside, even though we produce more than enough locally. Coupled with rising input costs, this has triggered the current decline. Experts warn that ongoing insecurity coupled with neglect of agriculture is dragging the region to its knees, putting food security at risk. They further call on federal and state governments to purchase surplus produce, reduce input costs, and intervene promptly to save the sector from total collapse. With food prices falling and input costs rising, farmers in Katsina fear that without swift action, the future of agriculture in the region and the nation's food security could be in jeopardy. Abdullahi Yamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.